Hi, you guys. Okay, P Valley, Season 2, Episode 7, Jackson. Okay, we open up with grandmother singing her club, and we see her, how long she been doing this, since the 60s, 70s, all the way into the 80s. And we see Uncle Clifford as a boy. He's with his mama. And then we finally see present day grandma on stage, and she sees Clifford's mother. Well, I should say the ghost of of Clifford's mom, and she's telling her to come on and rest. Come on, mama, rest. And grandmother tells her, "No, baby, not now." Next thing we see her waking up coughing and a little disoriented, or I should say a lot disoriented. Lil Murda, he's on the couch dealing with the night before, the horrors of Big Teak suicide. He gets himself together when he hears grandmother, and he fixes her up a good meal, and she's delighted, telling him that he keep this up, an old bitch might get used to him being around, and she's not the old bitch that she's speaking of. Lil Murda, he catches on to that, and he asks her, "Can you put in a good word with Uncle Clifford for me?" Ernestine said, "Okay, I'll do that." But she said, "You know what I smelled on you? I smelled death on you last night. All that blood." Well, Clifford, he's over there at the club meeting up with Haley. He's trying to tell Haley that this very club, it has a lot of history, a lot of family histories and unsung melodies. And Haley is like, "Look, history is important, but so is the future." At this point, Uncle Clifford can write a documentary and publish it, and Haley wouldn't still give the damn club up. She wants her $10 million. Even though everything has finally got up the cold, Haley believes that it's only a matter of time before it be something else. Besides that, Haley is sure that the referendum is going to pass. So why not just get what it's worth? They offer her $5 million. Uncle Clifford is surprised. He's like, "What, girl? What, for real?" Haley tells him, like, "Yeah, I did, but I want 10. I want to get what it's worth for your ancestors." Uncle Clifford is like, "No, don't put my ancestors in this. This is about you." Haley tells him, like, that money was supposed to be used to get her and her daughter a new life, but her daughter lost her life, so she had the opportunity where she could save the club, and that's what she did. Haley, this is not about family history and inheritance. It's a dream, and she's not going to waste it. It's in the name of her daughter. And Uncle Clifford tells Haley, "But Haley, that baby gone." That's some harsh realities for Haley. She was a day late and $1 short to save her child, and now she's down here trying to own and put a wrench in Uncle Clifford's legacy. Now, Uncle Clifford has to take some accountability as well. If you'd have paid that $50,000 that you owed, you would not be in this situation. Uncle Clifford finally makes it back home to grandmother and little homicide. And she is relieved to see that Murda had taken great care of grandmother. Lil Homicide is such a gentleman, like such a loving gentleman. He can cook. Yeah, hold down the household. Make sure shit is good around the house. They don't come around that often. Don't whip Uncle Clifford up a plate. So Uncle Clifford is up there venting to Lil Murda, and he tells him that Autumn, Lakeisha, Robin, Rihanna, Fenty, she ain't dumb, and that she got them to offer her $5 million. So Lil Murda's like, "Well, damn, that 33%, that's $1.6 million. Lil Calculator tells her, "Look, money comes and goes. You done swept $1.6 million off that pink floor already. Besides that, you can't take it with you when you go. So sometimes some things are more important." Uncle Clifford tells him, "Okay, you're right. Enough about me. How you doing? I heard you crying in your sleep last night." Lil Murda like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." My thing is, I don't know why he can't tell Uncle Clifford, like, "Look, I lost a homie," I mean, it's weird, it's awkward. Popped up at his house with blood all on your shirt, and then you crying in your sleep. Like, it is something going on with you. But anyway, it's been 3 nights and Turka is still at Mercedes. Shell done lost count because she been drinking all night and day. But she's like, okay, just fine. Make sure that she not wearing no floss. Mercedes said, bitch, you make sure you don't drink yourself drunk no more. Where she got to be riding you around. Shell hang up on Mercedes before she can finish. Next, Mercedes goes up to Turka asking her what she's going to do. And Terica talking about painting the room. Mercedes like, girl, I'm not talking about no damn HD TV. What are you going to do about this pregnancy? Terica doesn't know. All she knows, she wants some ice cream from TCBY. Child, on the way to the ice cream shop, Terica is singing WAP, talking about weak pull-out games. Mercedes said, you don't need to be talking about that in your condition. She tells Terica the next time, come to me within 72 hours so we can get the morning after pill. How many months are you anyway? Terica doesn't know. All she know is the fact that she has a positive pregnancy test. That's all she know. Lady, she digging in Terica tale about Terica not knowing, what she should know. She out here fucking, so you should know when your last period was and how to count that. Mercedes, while she's fussing, she's just ride right past the ice cream shop. Mercedes is taking Terica to Jackson because she's running out of time and Terica needs to know her options. Terica instantly gets sick. She feels like she's being ambushed. Mercedes tells her, damn, it's been 3 days and you still haven't made a decision. You have to get serious about this. Terica feels like Mercedes is setting her up for abortion. Mercedes assure her, like, no, it's just a consultation to see your options. Terica, she all in her head about what Jaleesa said, Taylor mother said, abortions can give you cancer. Mercedes tell her, Jaleesa, Taylor, and her mama don't know shit. Lies, girl. But you do need to see what your options are. We're just going up there to see. Okay, so on the way up there, Terica, she stops at a diner because she needs to use the bathroom. And you know how that is if you ever been pregnant when that baby sitting on that bladder. Terica going up there in the bathroom, Mercedes, she has a flashback of her and her mom, Pastor Woodbine, at that same diner. Now, this is the past. Patrice want Mercedes to get help paying with the bill because her broke ass can't do it. So she want Mercedes to go walk past grown men to flirt with her to get that bill paid. But when Mercedes, she open her wallet and a condom drops out, she beats the shit out of Mercedes on that diner floor. Now, I don't get this. So you can pimp your daughter out against her will. But if she decides to make her own decision and have sex, she's wrong. Okay, whatever. These people just, they get me. Terica, she gets back in the car and they're driving. And she up there flirting on via text with her baby daddy, Kellen. Terica, when she's texting him, she lights up. So Mercedes noticed this. Terica tells her, yeah, he's an artist and he's good, which he is. She showed a picture that he drew of Terica. And Mercedes like, okay, that's cute and everything, but does he know that you're pregnant? And Terica said, yeah, he wants me to keep it. He said he'll take care of us. He'll get 2 jobs. Like, girl, y'all are only 14, okay? What did his parents say? Because that's who's going to be taking care of y'all baby. Terica tells Mercedes, like, look, we'll figure it out. He loves me. Mercedes challenged that. She said, what do you know about love? Cortez told me a heap of dreams until I became pregnant. And then it became clear that it wasn't love. Terica tells her, it looks like you never known love, and it's probably because you don't have no dudes in your life except for the ones that you dance for. You're just jealous. And Mercedes popped her ass in the mouth. Terica deserved that. I don't care what y'all say. Terica deserves that. I mean, abuse is something different from just correction. And Terica, she's only 14. She thinks she knows it all. And they just be running off at the mouth. Slick. Oh, pop in the mouth ain't never hurt nobody. All y'all mamas done pop y'all in the mouth before talking slick out your mouth. It's just women, females. Cycles repeat themselves, but it's the way we respond to the new cycles that count. Patrice, she had no patience. She was a shit mom, like how people would judge her. But this time around, Mercedes, she's doing it a bit different. Mercedes said, "Yet tell that girl anything wrong." Yet she Terica keep running her mouth talking about when she have a daughter, she ain't never gonna have her daughter. Child, if God give us back what we were, you just might, Terica. You just might pop your daughter in her mouth when she's talking slick out her mouth. Spoil the child, spare the rod. It's biblical, not abuse, okay? They gets into the clinic and it's protesters all out there. And Mercedes conscious is seeing Patrice out in that crowd. It's only because of the values that Patrice did instill in Mercedes about her personal values, I should say, because just because you get an abortion does not mean that you don't have values. But Patrice made Mercedes keep Terica. Terica is inside and she learns that she is 14 weeks and 14 days. Time is running out and it's her decision. The doctor confirms to Terica that abortions does not cause cancer. And just like it's a risk, with abortions, it's a risk birthing a baby in this world. Lil Murda, he finally looks at his phone and he has 11 messages. Some message y'all about his new single and some message y'all about Big T, losing Big T. He calls Wardy back. Wardy wants him to, he want to get this tour back on the road. Since the single, everybody and their mama been calling for a show. So Murda asks him, well, who gonna do security? Wardy tells him, man, I'm sorry, that's fucked up about Big T. Wardy tells him that, yeah, nobody in T's family came to claim his body. Because of that, Big T may have to have a pauper's funeral. So Lil Murda's like, no, HVH ain't gonna do that. We gonna put him away good. A pauper's funeral is like a poor man's funeral. They have like a wooden box probably, and you get buried at the free graveyard. And my thing is with that, like, that shouldn't have had to been a issue. Like, Wardy should have known off the back. If he bought Big T a car, he's definitely gonna put his boy away good. Like, Murda, he hear a noise, so he gets off the phone with Wardy and go up to Uncle Clifford's room. And it's his first time up there. Murda, he's looking around at Uncle Clifford clothes and shoes and his style. And he asks him, damn, you always been this way for real. Uncle Clifford like, what you mean? He like, I don't mean no offense, but what are you? Uncle Clifford said, I'm me, Uncle Clifford. Who are you? And Murda said, well, I'm what they won't let me be. Murda sees all of Clifford's postcards that he sent him. Asks Clifford, which is your favorite? And Clifford tells him, you look good in red. Murda said, I didn't mean for things to end the way that they did. And he's used to being with niggas just like him, ones that pass. And Uncle Clifford tells him, look, it ain't no passing with me. And that's right, Clifford, no passing with you, because you can't allow yourself to be anyone's secret. That's what Lil Murda was trying to ask Clifford. How have you always been able to live freely the way you do without having a stigma or anything on your back? And it's not that Uncle Clifford never. He just chose to be loud and proud. Like he told Lil Murda, you ain't ready to come in this light. You not ready to come in this light. Grandmother, she done left the house. Clifford and Murda is looking everywhere for her. They find her disoriented walking towards the Mississippi River, child. Grandmother, she's calling out for Beulah, Uncle Clifford's mama, and she wants some water. She keeps begging for water. Lil Murda takes the towel and he goes to the river and gets some water and splashes it on Ernestine's face. This calms her down. Now, I'm not sure what that symbolized, like, because she was so heavy on this water. As soon as the water splashed her face, it calms her right down. Now, Lil Murda, I don't know. I think he heard Beulah's voice saying, come home, mama, because his face seemed like he was hearing it. I don't know, though. It's just crazy with all this spiritual stuff. They gets grandmother back to the house, and that evening Uncle Clifford calls her paramedics to take grandmother to the hospital. Sadly, I don't think she's coming out of the hospital. Way Uncle Clifford was like, she's calling my mom, she was calling Beulah. Clifford, he's into that spirituality stuff too, so he knows, he's familiar with it, and I think that was a sign for him when grandmother was calling out for her daughter. And I think if she do passes away, that her life insurance policy is going to help save the pink. Okay, back to Terica and Mercedes. By law, Terica had to wait 24 hours to make her decision whether to have an abortion or not. Mercedes, she's trying to show Terica her future as a mother without saying, go ahead and get an abortion. And Terica, she's playing with the idea of having the baby. Mercedes tells Terica to forget about what she want, what Kellen want, and what she asks Terica, what does Terica want for Terica? It's the end of the day, and all Terica want is some new jeans because her old ones are too tight. Mercedes said, because your ass is pregnant. Time's up, girl. What are you going to do about this baby? Terica, she still doesn't know. And Mercedes like, that's why you don't need this baby. And Terica said, you don't have the right to tell me that. You was never a mom to me. Terica has a heart full of resentment, okay, towards Mercedes. Mercedes is trying to explain to Terica that all this time she's been trying to prove that she is more than just a stripper. And Terica tells Mercedes like, look, you didn't have to prove any of that to me. I just wanted you there as a mother. Mercedes is talking to Terica. She keeps seeing her mom. And it's just a reminder of the toxic cycles in their family. But like I said, it's not about your cycles. It's how you respond to them. Are you going to be in the same way as your mother, or are you going to try something different? And it looks like Mercedes is trying something different. Mercedes tells her, you know what, you're right, I fucked up. And even though she only considered an abortion with Terica, she's glad that Patrice, the devil, made her keep her blessing. And she wants Terica to make her own choices. That's all she ever wanted for Terica, is to be able to make her own choices. And that's what I mean about the generational curses or cycles. It's not how you deal. It's not the fact that you're going through it. It's how you deal with it at the moment. And I think that Mercedes is handling this well, considering all the cars that's left out for her, this is her baby that she does not have custody of, and she came to her with this problem, and she's dealing with it. Okay, she didn't get like Patrice and calling her whores and stomping her out in the diner and shit like that. Okay, she talked with Terica and showed her options, and was candid and loving at the same time. Keyshawn was at the market with Derek, and she runs into Haley. Haley pulled Keyshawn mask down. She pulled her to the side, and she pulled Keyshawn mask down, which Keyshawn was thinking she was hiding a goddamn black eye. Like, girl, we see it. Haley said, I guess you didn't use that gun that I gave you, huh? I mean, there is other ways. Now, Derek, he's calling out for Keyshawn, so Keyshawn like, yeah, girl, I got to go. So later on, Holly comes over to Keyshawn's house, and she tells Derek that she got the baby some shoes. So they go on back in the nursery. Haley wants to tell the little baby a story, a fairy tale. And she said that once was an old lady who lived with a monster and didn't know what to do. She had a child that she had to save, but it was too late, along those lines. So Keyshawn is like, girl, what? Autumn, just tell me what's really going on, okay? And we know that that Haley, she was running from the abusive relationship with Martavius, and we know that she was getting abused to what degree we don't know, but we see that when she had a flashback, she think about that. And the day that she did decide to leave, it was that big storm, and her baby drowned and died. Because of that, she's inspired to help Keyshawn, because she see herself in Keyshawn. that Keyshawn is gonna die, or her babies is gonna die if she don't get out of this. She gives Keyshawn a burner phone with her number and stored inside, and tells her, look, when you're ready to leave, just give me a call. Okay, back over to Uncle Clifford. He's going through the motions about grandmother being in the hospital. He knows that she was calling out for her daughter, and this, like I said, it just doesn't feel right to Uncle Clifford. That's what I get. Lil Murda, when Uncle Clifford get out the shower, Lil Murda, he puts on a Cisco number. It was so cute, and this cheers Uncle Clifford up. So they have a little pause, and it makes Uncle Clifford sad again. Well, Lil Murda was like, I got you. He grabs Uncle Clifford, he grabs the condom, and Murda said, no, I want to feel you inside of me, baby. So they get sitting. In the morning after, Lil Murda asks Uncle Clifford what made him let him back in, and Uncle Clifford tells him, because you needed me. And Lil Murda, he tried to explain, okay, this is what happened, and Uncle Clifford sees that it's hard for him, is making him break down. He's like, no, if you're not ready, just don't say nothing yet. When you ready, I'll be here to listen. Mercedes and Terica are about to hit the road. Mercedes tosses Terica the keys and tell her, look, it's either Chuckalisa or Jackson. The choice is up to you. I'm here with you either way. Terica chooses Jackson. Mercedes seemed pleased. She like, yeah, I ain't gonna be no grandmother. They make it back to Mercedes' house, and they're watching TV, and Pastor Woodbine come on the commercial. And Terica, she was like getting the remote about to change it. And Mercedes told her, like, no, it's all good. She's just all noise. The only power she has is what you give her. Mercedes is learning how to deal with her mother. And I think all of those flashbacks and cycles just gave her, the monster, how big this monster really is. And she see that she didn't go back down the road that her mother took, that she took a different path. Not saying it was the best, but it damn sure wasn't, as worse as her mom did her. So she feels as though, like, man, Patrice ain't nobody, but she ain't nothing. She ain't nothing but a bunch of noise. You do get to a point with your mother, if you have those type of relationships, that, man, I'm not for this toxic shit no more. So I think Mercedes is moving on from that. Terica is feeling guilty about abortions, which is abortion, which is totally normal. And Terica asks, she said, Mom, will I burn in hell? And Mercedes said, if you do, I'm going to be right there with you. And that's where the episode is. I thought this was a really good episode, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.